And we're joined now by Juju's co-anchor, Byron Pitts. Hey! And they're good. You're always welcome here, but it's to commemorate the 45th anniversary of this program, Nightline. 45th anniversary. Congratulations.
Thank you
on that. I'm old enough to remember how I got to start. The Iran hostage crisis. That's where it all launched. But I understand that that's also how your broadcasting career began.
It's true, Robin. You've known me long enough to know I'm a total news junkie. And when the hostages were released 45 years ago, I was a teenager, and I literally jumped on my 10-speed bike, and I started pedaling around the neighborhood screaming, "The hostages are free! The hostages are free!" Clearly, before Twitter or X or any of these social media platforms. But that was when I realized, I felt like I needed to tell the news and be the town crier. And I actually date that back to the beginning of my journalism bug.
I know. I love that about you.
Yeah, and then the idea that I'm anchoring this show 45 years later is insane.
That is amazing.
I know.
It's meant to be. And what makes Nightline so unique?
I think a couple things. One, I think we get to tell intimate stories in a very detailed way. You know, I think about the story that Juju did last week about the child bride, and that she was able to tell a story that some people may be familiar with, but in a very thorough, respectful way. You know, Robin, some of your great interviews over the years we've had on the show, and a more extended version of that.
Appreciate that.
We did this piece, we did the 25th anniversary of the LA riots, and Juju and I both got to go. She's from California. We got to go and live that story for a while. So I think it's, people can start their day with you guys, and they can go to bed with us.
I know. Wait a minute. Hey.
We know what you mean, but
Byron, we're not that kind of show, okay? All right, keep it clean. Let's keep it clean. But I have to say thank you for allowing us to have our reports on Nightline, and we can go more in depth and like that.
Further. Absolutely.
What can folks expect the 45th anniversary episode?
Well, we're doing all sorts of compilations. We stand on the shoulders of so many, right? Great producers, great anchors, great correspondents, including all of you guys who've reported for Nightline. And so we're just featuring some of the history-making moments when Nelson Mandela came on the show, for example, when we had Israelis and Palestinians separated by a wall on stage, just all sorts of memories. But also, so many of our young producers have gone on to be award-winning filmmakers and documentarians, or our bosses, frankly. And so I feel like Nightline lives on in so many ways, right?
Exactly. I mean, our president of ABC News is a former Nightline executive producer. And as Juju said, we have an outstanding team of young producers who go on to become rock stars, who represent every demographic in America, who tell these incredibly powerful stories. I mean, they're able to turn stories on a dime. They're also able to work on projects on months on end to tell these stories. I think at Nightline, you have the opportunity to laugh, to learn, to cry.
Yeah, and it's really evolved because Ted Koppel.
Yeah. And
many people thought once he was no longer a part of the program, it would go away. No. It evolved, it's grown, and it's here, and it's 45 years and growing.
Absolutely. And we're especially proud of the fact that we've now moved on to Hulu as well with Impact by Nightline. And so we talked about that Courtney Stodden. You've had episodes on Impact that do really well. We have this week, Selena. It's been the 30th anniversary of her death, if you can imagine. And her killer is up for parole. And so we have a very timely episode with her co-partner in fashion, and we dig into that. So there's a lot we do on Impact by Nightline on Hulu. That's great.
Well, thank you both so very, very much.
It's really
dig in.
That's appropriate for what you guys do so well.
Absolutely.
And the 45th anniversary episode of Nightline airs tonight, 12:35 a.m. Go to bed with them, wake up with us. That was